Hello there, how are you? I hope all is well and everything is absolutely amazing on your end. Welcome back on my channel. You're listening to Light Channelings once again, and I am back with a new card reading for all of you. Before starting with today's card reading, allow me to express my gratitude for the loving, positive energy you're sending towards me. May God bless you with abundance in all of its beautiful forms. So, let's get started with the reading now. It's clearly shown here that whatever it was, or whoever it was, your counterpart chose over you by rejecting you, abandoning you, or leaving you out in the cold, did not work out for them. If it was a connection they chose with someone else, they simply had an painful, abrupt ending with that person. And it's not just that abrupt ending, that breakup or that divorce, possibly, that they are going through right now brought ton of losses in their life. Emotional loss, financial loss, material losses, and any other loss that comes along with two people breaking up who were trying to create their future together. That's what happened here. Your counterpart was not ready to commit to you. Your counterpart was not ready to settle down with you, or they were just afraid or scared of commitment, and that's why they chose an easy way out and went into another direction with this another person. I see a huge possibility of someone else's interference, which resulted in them leaving you or deceiving you and choosing someone else or something else over you. It could be their mother or their sister who was interfering in their life or was just ruling over them, taking all their decisions and choices for them, and was not ready to let go of the guard and the control she had on your counterpart or over their life. I see that cycle has ended here, painfully, abruptly, with a lot of fights, bickering, arguments, losses, and conflict. Your counterpart had high hopes with this person or the connection or situation they chose over you. Your counterpart was thinking that they found the one, or they found out a gem after leaving you, but the reality that came out later was shocking to them. The truth that came out with this ending has shocked them because they could not believe that anything as such could ever happen to them, or in this connection they chose over you. They could never believe or expect that the person they chose over you, or the person their mother or their sister or their family or their friends have chose for them, is going to deceive them, is going to backstab them, is going to run away with all of their money, is going to cheat on them, lie on their name, and things like that. They could never believe that anything as such can happen with them, but it happened, and it is happening, which makes them think about 10,000 things they did to you or said to you while leaving you. They thought that they found the love of their life, but when the truth came out, it simply shattered all their dreams in one go. And that's how they are realizing that they shouldn't have ever given their mother or their sister so much priority, authority, or power to rule over their life. That difficult cycle in which other people were ruling over your counterpart or over their decision making or the choices of their personal life is ending now. It's because of this interference that was coming either from your counterpart's mother or their sister. They were always confused about you, they were always puzzled about you and this connection, and they could never think straight that you could be the one for them. But now they do. Now they realize and understand fully and completely that you were always the one, because after leaving you and after getting separated from you, they started to feel nostalgic about the connection you two shared and the shared memories and moments as well. This separation has taught them a lot and is teaching them a lot about you and this connection. It's during this time when they are not with you, when you two are not together, they are able to saturate the truth from all the lies that were fed into their mind by other people. It's when they are not with you, it's when all they are feeling and experiencing is your absence in their life, they are able to think clearly and understand that it's not always wise to let other people rule over your life and give them so much power and authority to take decisions for you or make choices about your personal life, especially when it comes to the relationships you're supposed to be having or creating with other people. Because at times, your friends, your family members, your parents can get extremely partial, opinionated, and biased. Negatively biased, actually, not just biased, but negatively biased. This is what they realized, and this is what was revealed to them. This got revealed to them during this separation. And I'm not talking about the separation that is going on in between you two. I am talking about the separation that happened in between your counterpart and the karmic individual they chose over you, or after cheating on you or deceiving you. Your counterpart didn't want it to get settled down with you because there was interference, because there was someone who was causing trouble for them, because there was someone who was ruling over their life and was dominating them, dictating them to act and behave in a certain way which pleased that other person. For lot many of you, it was their mother or their sister. But what's happening right now, and after what has happened in between your counterpart and the karmic individual, even this person feels regret for interfering in your connection and making sure that your counterpart leaves you for someone else, especially for them actually, because they wanted to prove a point and again make sure that your counterpart is doing exactly what they want them to do or what they expect out of them. They made sure that happens, but now, when they do not see your counterpart being happy, instead, when they see them suffering and struggling, they feel regret and remorse and sadness as well for throwing you out of their life or for creating conspiracies against you and this connection. Because now they are realizing they've wrecked someone's life. They've destroyed someone's life, someone's personal life, which is actually a sin. Not many people understand, but it is. They realize and understand this. At least their conscience is now speaking to them and is saying to them that they've done something extremely horrible with their own blood and with someone else as well who did them nothing wrong, who was nowhere at fault, and they do not have any right, authority, or power to interfere in someone's life like this. No one has ever given them that power and authority to rule over other people's lives like this. They know this now. They're realizing and understanding this. Somewhere your counterpart is possibly giving them answers like this, that it's because of you I am in this phase or this place of struggle and sorrow and misery, and because of you I'm going through so many losses in my life. All kind of losses, not just one type of, but all kind of losses. This is how these people could ever learn their lessons, and that's why this happened. If things didn't end like this in between them, these people would never find themselves thinking and reflecting over the choices and decisions they've made and how it can affect them and other people's lives as well. For some of you, the person your counterpart chose over you deceived them and left them for someone else. There is also a possibility I see that the person your counterpart chose was already engaged or involved with someone else behind their back, and it was just because of societal pressure or parental pressure they agreed for this connection. Or if that's not the case, that person was never into your counterpart to begin with. They were there maybe for financial reasons or material gains, and once they got what they wanted, they left or simply showed their true colors because they didn't want it to deal with your counterpart. This person never had an intention to commit to your counterpart or make it work with them. It was never the case. And I see, on the other hand, at this end, you've transformed. You worked so much on yourself and on your inner spirituality that your transformed self is shining brightly, radiating the glow and the success you've achieved. Your counterpart can see that from afar. They're stalking you actually, let me tell you that. They've got 10 different ways or medium or sources to check on you and see what it is that you're doing. They're actually using all their contacts or anything that which they've got or can use to find out about you. Everything that they can find out, and you may not even have a clue about it. You may not even know that this is what's happening, but this is what's happening behind your back and behind the scenes. This ending that has taken place in between them and this karmic has shook them to their core, and now they're looking for you. They're not looking for you for any wrong reasons. They're looking for you so that they can mend things in between both of you. They're looking for you so that they can come and offer you something. They are looking for you now so that they can rectify their mistakes, that which they made in the past. At this point of time, they are not investing their precious energy into crying or feeling sad about the loss, but instead now they want to make things right in between both of you because they think they've already wasted a lot of time and there is no time left to waste. They haven't got any more time to waste, so they are being very, very hopeful and strategic about making a move towards you right now. Some of them are being patient because they know that you deserve the best and they wouldn't want to bring in a situation or environment where you'd have to defend yourself or walk on eggshells, because The people in their life do not like you or are not going to show respect towards you. That is why they are being patient and they are dealing with things behind your back, behind the scenes. They're putting people in their places. They're possibly giving them answers and creating boundaries. You may not believe this, but for some of you, this is what's happening. Because they just got huge realization after receiving that betrayal or deception from that karmic individual. It's like their heart and their mind is cracked open right now to embrace new possibilities and perspectives upon life, upon relationships and people. For some of you, I feel like they are letting go of that old conditioning and programming, that orthodox mentality, that which their friends or family members were imposing upon them to live by. They're letting it go now. I feel like it's happening for a lot many of you out there. This is what's happening. This phase simply ended, which was causing all the trouble in between both of you, where other people were actually controlling the connection you two shared with each other and were poisoning it. That painful cycle, that difficult cycle has ended here, which hugely involved their mother or their sister or sisters or any other female individual who was acting extremely authoritative and dictative, who was dominating over them. Like your counterpart was nothing but a slave to this person or was supposed to be living like one. It was a very bad, painful, and toxic cycle which ended along with that painful breakup or divorce that's going on in between your counterpart and the karmic. They chose over you. Whatever it was your counterpart was planning or wishing for to come out of that connection never happened, but everything opposite of that happened. They lost money, they lost finances, they lost their own sense of self-worth, they lost the love of their life, which was the ultimate loss for them. They lost a lot. They gained nothing out of that connection except pain, suffering, and misery. And this is what's changing them from inside out. This is what is helping them think through everything they've done and think through the possibilities that could have been there if they chose differently. This is giving them an opportunity and a chance to reflect upon the choices and decisions they should have made or should be making right now, which is a very big thing. Because they were not using their own power but allowing other people to use their power, but not for good reasons. That's why it all ended so painfully. Okay? This long cycle of confusion, negativity, and unnecessary dilemma your counterpart was going through in regards to you has ended. There is no confusion right now. They are not on a crossroads. They've made sure that they are making the right decision this time, and they choose you. They choose this connection, and they're paving their way back to return in your life once again and make it work this time. They are awakened and also are awakening fully and completely so that they do not repeat the same old patterns or paradigms but create new ones for this connection to work. I'm sorry for any and all background noises that may annoy you or bother you. Okay? They're awakened enough to make their own choices and decisions wisely and not let anyone else rule over their mind or over their life, even if it's their own mother or sister. They are being very, very patient and strategic while making their moves. They want to make it work this time and they want victory with you. They want to be recognized and they want to show you off to the world. They want to show you off to the world because they see what you've become and how you've transformed yourself like a butterfly, like a beautiful butterfly. They want to give you that priority and that recognition, and some of you are getting recognized by them and their friends or family members as well. If that's not the case, this change is happening because you are being publicly recognized for the good work you've been doing. People are talking about you. People look up to you in high regard. People are in awe of you. You are being adored by so many people, and that's something which is developing huge respect, not just in your counterpart's eyes and heart, but others as well, about you, for you. Things are changing. So believe that everything that happened for a reason. And it's all working out for you now in this way. Your counterpart had to learn certain lessons with that karmic individual or through way of their toxic friends or family members, and I see that happening. They're successfully coming out of that negative or toxic cycle or those negative and toxic connections as well. The karmics can no longer control or rule over your counterpart's mind or life or any other decisions they're supposed to be making, because now they're making their own decisions and choices. They're not allowing anyone to influence them negatively or confuse them or puzzle them any longer. They are saying to themselves, been there, done that, and now there is no space left for me to repeat those same old patterns again and make those same old mistakes, because it's time to learn the lessons, and they are learning their lessons. The thoughts about you and your connection have never left their mind. It never happened. During this whole separation, not even for once they were able to forget about you. They've spent their nights being nostalgic about you and this connection. That's how they are realizing, or in other words, I should say, that's how they have came to this conclusion, that it's because divine was directing them back towards you. Things did not work out with those other people. That's what they are realizing and understanding. Okay, the third party connection did not work and is never going to work out for anyone who is in a third party connection right now, because it's meant to be doomed. It's meant to get collapsed, demolished, and eradicated, eliminated once and for all. Yes, if that person had children with your counterpart, then definitely there is always going to be some sort of contact, but rest assured it won't affect you or your connection negatively. Okay, the third party is already in pain, heartbroken, because the world came crumbling down upon the karmic as well, because the truth just came out. The truth came out in front of everyone, and that karmic has nowhere to go now. Nowhere to go. Nothing left in that connection. It ended. It just ended. What else to say there? This ending might have taken place unexpectedly. No one saw it coming, but you did. Divine knew it already. Somewhere I feel like your counterpart knew that the way they've deceived you and the way they've betrayed you and broke your heart, universe wouldn't spare them. They knew. Somewhere deep down they knew that. And Once it all turned into reality, they just lost it. They have guilty conscience right now. They feel sorry, but more than wasting their time in feeling sorry, they want to make it work with you now, which is a good thing, I feel like, because how long one should sit there and cry and sob about what happened in the past. It's time to make it work, it's time to make changes, and this is what this person is thinking and feeling. Things just came crumbling down in between them and the karmic, and there is no hope for it to work because the cycle has already ended, and the people who were the cause behind your separation actually became the cause for their separation as well. And that's how the karma has rolled itself back in their life, because they are also feeling like they are actually the homewreckers here in this whole situation. Okay, so that's how things are working out for you, and this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed listening to me today and this brought you a lot of clarity. If so, share your experience after listening to this reading in the comment section below. Feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. With that being said, please follow through with the link given in the description box below if you'd like to contribute or donate something for a good cause, and if your heart says so. That's all. I'll be back again. Till that time, please take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye bye.